Hey, how y'all doing? It's Rodney again. Just making a video for this week. It was actually supposed to be doing two videos a week, but been going through some things in my life which I feel like I have taken care of, and now I'm focusing on what I need to focus on. I'd like to say I hope y'all having a good Monday or had a good Monday, and as you're walking into or going into your Tuesday. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and continue from the previous video. I'm gonna try to keep it short, around 10, 11 minutes. That's like the sweet spot for YouTube, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. In the last video, I spoke about the intake process of being in the psych ward. As you've seen in the last thumbnail in that last video, I've also made my thumbnail as part of the paperwork I've received when I was discharged from the hospital. At that time, I edited it because there was some things on there that y'all didn't need to see, but that's either here or there. But anyway, the last part I left off at was when I was at the intake process. So at that point, when they finally got me into the facility, well, it was part of a hospital, and the psych ward was like actually on some floor. I really can't even remember how I got there, honestly. But anyway, so I'm thinking I'm about to just waltz right up in here and just have a seat and go straight to the shrink and straight to the psychiatrist and have a conversation, see what's going on with me. That was not how that went. The first thing they did was tell me to go behind this, go into this room. So they opened up the door. The door was it was a door to a shower, like literally just a shower, a big room with a shower, just one shower, right? It was dark, and basically it looked like they had it to where, like, it looked like the inside of a jail, a prison shower. It was proofed to where you couldn't hurt yourself and things couldn't detach or anything like that. So, so one of the first things the person at intake that performed my intake asked me was to, hey, I'm gonna need you to pull down your pants, and I need you to bend over and spread your cheeks. And I'm thinking to myself, this is when it set in, like, man, this is jail. This is literally jail. Like, when I say they took a flashlight and looked inside my anus, they checked underneath my scrotum, they checked inside my ears, they checked inside my nose, my mouth, basically any type of orifice or anything that can be hidden, contraband, a weapon, anything like that, they made sure I didn't have that. And then they made me get out of my street clothes and then into like a green smock, like it was like a two-piece smock, where it was like it was kind of like tear resistant, kind of like plastic, kind of like foam. I can't. It's not really foam. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like you get a pair of clothes that's like real stiff from the cleaners or something like that, and it just has like, I don't know, just some type of fabric. Anyway, that's not important. But anyway, so what they did was, so this was around the evening time when I finally basically got admitted to the actual psych ward at Mosaic Life Hospital. Then after that, like I said, it was like the evening time, so I think I missed dinner. So basically, they gave me a sheet to fill out of basically, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And really, you get a sheet right before you go to bed, telling you telling them what you want to eat the next day. So I filled that out. They, gave me a tour around the place, and literally, man, it looked like a dorm hall with just basically one section of a dorm just blocked off, and all the other doors like somewhat sealed or whatnot. So um, they led me to my room, and for some reason I was the only person that had no roommate. They were like, "Oh, you're the only one that don't have a roommate. That's strangely odd. We never had that before." I didn't get a roommate till I left, and by that time I was already gone. As he was coming in, I was leaving, right? So they showed me around the commons area and said, lights out at 9 o'clock. It's like a penitentiary. And then it was exactly that. So basically, you got the commons room where you go in, you go in, you see the other patients or whatnot, you mingle with them, you do your whatever, your coloring books, you read the Bible, Quran, whatever interests you or whatever you believe in. One of the things they were talking about is just basically getting yourself right. So the first day, I didn't do nothing but sleep. And they actually told me, hey, you need to participate. The more you don't participate, the longer it takes for you to leave. I'm like, the longer it takes me to leave, man, I'm being held against my will here. When I finally woke up and started, realizing bro, this is not a place I want to be. So I started cooperating, right? Started cooperating, and from what the doctors or nurses had told the psychiatrist, one of the first things the psychiatrist asked, "Why are you here?" I don't know. Why am I here? Why am I in this place at this moment in time right now? And that was a question where it kind of caught me off guard. Why are you here? Why are you asking me why I'm here? Obviously, I'm here. That's for you to figure out. And then, it wasn't your typical lay on the couch, comfortable room, doctor's office. Nah, man, we basically in a real deal room, you regularly go to the doctor, and then you're in this room. Like when you've been, go have a doctor's appointment, it's kind of like one of those situations. And for some reason, I got comfortable, and I was like, can I lay down? And I laid down on the bed or whatever it was, or chair, or whatever it was. And then I just started telling them, the things about my life and how I grew up, and the things that I dealt with in my life. Then that's when he, started speaking more and more. Then he said, "It seems like you have bipolar 1 disorder and some anxiety and some depression." Right? So that was a diagnosis. Bipolar 1 disorder, depression, and anxiety. Right? So from there, that's when they started prescribing you shit. Don't even ask, what you allergic to, or you currently taking any other medication or anything like that. From what I remember, and honestly, the depression pill, I think it was the hydroxyzine, I can't remember. They weren't even going to give that to me until I said that I had a problem with sleeping. I don't know if it was the trazodone or the hydroxyzine. I can't remember. It might have been the trazodone because I do have problems sleeping sometimes. So I basically told them I had sleeping problems, and they gave me the trazodone. So that's kind of how I ended up on the trazodone as well, because she didn't want to give it to me at first. So, I did my little stint, my little time there or whatever, and basically each day was just that. You wake up and I have to add, at night they go by your room. They go by your room, with each patient's room, and go check on you, and then they would shine to not to wake you, just to check and make sure you're still breathing and whatnot, and you haven't hurt yourself. They shine a red light into your room to to make sure to check on you without because red light doesn't disturb you as, you know, a white light or anything like that. So I kept seeing that because I'm up. I'm just laying in the bed, can't sleep or anything like that. So basically, that's the process of how they intake you into a psych ward. Well, from my experience, it's not like you just going up in there or anything like that. There's no one in there trying to, you know, wrestle you down or anything like that. There's like the whole orderly thing with the 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 workers in white and all that stuff like that. Straight jackets, padded rooms, man. That stuff is fictional, man. That stuff is fictional, bro. That's movie stuff, man. That stuff's not even real. Not even real. You guys have to excuse me. I had a call come through. That stuff's not even real, honestly, because I lived through it. I seen it. That stuff is when you're actually adjudicated and basically they take your rights away. Basically, it's somewhat you are a felon, but you're not a criminal, you're a patient. Like when they take your, you know, when they basically declare you mentally unfit is when you get to that point. That's State Hospital where I actually worked at once before, at Fulton State Hospital. So, you know, without going into in depth about it, man, it's really not as bad as you think, man. I really got an opportunity to get some rest and to get my head focused and basically not dealing with the outside pressures of life. Because, man, sometimes this stuff can get hard, man. This stuff can get hard, man. It really can. So take it from me, you know, as a black man. I'm not going to say black man because we all, you know, we all the same underneath this skin. But, you know, coming from the hood, we're basically, and I know I'm going over my 11 or 12 minutes, but I keep it to 15 minutes. We were told to suppress our problems and to not speak on them and basically, you know, put it to the back of your head, don't worry about it. But how long and how many times can you keep putting something on the back burner or not speaking about it or just not letting it get to you until one thing just sets you off and it's a powder keg? How long is that gonna be you? And that's where basically I was like, man, I need to get help. I need to get help because something's going on with me. Currently, right now, 2026, I take no medication because I feel as if I don't need the medication to deal with it. Some days I feel like I do, and some days I feel like I don't. I just find positive coping strategies like going to the gym, you know, improving my social life, going out, you know, meeting new people, journaling, writing, making beats, you know, just doing something like this, even making this video is therapeutic for me, just to get it off my head so I won't think about certain things. So I'll be honest with you guys, I'm kind of going off the script. There is no script. I'm just spitting it straight from the dome. That's why it might seem like I'm cutting on and off and trying to remember because I really am because I don't have none of this written down. So you can ask any questions in the comments or any concerns or any opinions or anything like that. Just go ahead, feel free. I'm at my 14-minute mark, so my next video I'm gonna be more structured. I'm thinking about going into an actual booth and recording for you guys, but right now I think this is sufficient for the time being until someone complains about my sound or, you know, any pointers or anything. So I just want to let you guys know it's about probably a little bit under 6 o'clock here where I'm at in Missouri at the time. So I just want to let you guys know hopefully the next 3 or 4 days I'll be able to release something else, record and release something else. Until then, I just want to say thank you guys for listening to me. Be on my channel for more postings. Sometimes I might start doing short reels just to see how everybody doing, or just, you know, if I don't want to make a 15-minute video or 10-minute video or whatever it is, because this stuff takes up a lot of data. So I just want to say thank you. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope, you guys are managing the best way you can. And I hope, if you feel like somebody don't love you, I do. I do. Because sometimes, dealing with these type of mental problems by yourself, man, is not easy at all. It's not easy. It's not easy.